Attendant with one of them just busy for a moment. Now they're right. It might have been a Stusa, but as they've jumped out, Rosa Barossa was one of the best to begin. Lord Roseland and Cossack Law have begun well. Night Sky's going to balance up about fourth early. Odysseus goes on with it out wide. Now this leaves Tolosant out in no man's land. It's caught very deep. Clay Fighter ahead of it. Back to the inside of those St. Harvey, a Stusa between them as Tolosant eases back to second last out of the early battle. And Balenka last, a neck away on the inside, 800 from home. And it's Rosa Barossa and Lord Roseland. They're together by a length and a half. Cossack Law. Night Sky gets a nice run. Back on the inside, St. Harvey, Astusa and Balenka. Around them, Odysseus. Wider still, Clay Fighter, and last, Tolosant as they come inside the 600. Round the turn, down to the 500. Rosa Barossa leads narrowly. In second position on the outside. Going after it again is Lord Roseland from Cossack Law, who's away from the rail. Wider out, Night Sky primed up for a run. Further back, St. Harvey, and then Balenka. Tolosant had to give them all a start, and he's starting to run on fairly down the centre. 200 out. Lord Roseland beats off Rosa Barossa. Cossack Law in turn beats off Lord Roseland. Balenka, Night Sky coming late, but it's Cossack Law in front. Cossack Law looks like it'll hang on. Balenka makes a dive. It's all too late though. Cossack Law ahead on the line to Balenka, third Lord Roseland. Night Sky followed by St. Harvey. Well, you knew Tolosant was in trouble when it got back to last. It's going to be very hard to make up ground here today with this rail out from Rosa Barossa, Odysseus. Further back behind them, Clay Fighter, and Astusa has knocked up to be near the tail.
Cossack Law at $12 and...
Gates are back and they're off and racing. Naruma Guy near the outside, just a little slow to move out of the stalls. Denny Boy was away well, and so too Ben Dancer, Centuries Fox. Voutint settling down about fifth or so down near the inside as they come to the first of 14 fences now. Our Aura's rider called for a cab, but he's gone up along the inside in the red colours as they came along to the second now, and it's Denny Boy out wide, a narrow leader. Oh, gee, sat down though. He nearly fell. In fact, the rider has been thrown off, Denny Boy, at the second jump in the race. He's okay. He's taken a harmless tumble, and Denny Boy is going to continue with the field. They swing down for the lane. Our Aura is the leader from Voutint's on the inside. Ben Dancer in third placing, jumping it awkwardly. He lost a bit of ground at that. Centuries Fox is prominent too, up the leading few horses. Over the next, they're being followed then by Wild Trista, towards the end Gilligan and Naruma Guy, Pomcell and Rami's Son as a distant last as they jump the next fence. And that riderless horse still continuing with the field. Here's the next jump looming up. Our Aura out in the middle of the track as a leader. Couple of lengths in front of Centuries Fox and Voutint's together. 4 lengths behind those, Ben Dancer, Gilligan. Wild Trista next on the outside, improving over that jump with a lovely leap at it. He's being followed then by Naruma Guy, who pecked a bit. A break of about 6 lengths then to back in the field, Pomcell, and a distant last, Rami's Son. Out of the straight now, they've jumped the first 7 fences, a little over 2,000 metres to go, and Our Aura is going to run them up the hill at the back of the course, leading out by the best part of 4. Voutint's and Centuries Fox share second and third, about 4 lengths in front of Ben Dancer, and another 2 lengths to Gilligan, 1 to Wild Trista, at least 3 lengths to Naruma Guy, last year's winner, followed then by Pomcell and Rami's Son continuing with them, although 10 lengths from the second last horse. They're climbing the hill now. Here's the double at the foot of the rise, and Our Aura led from Centuries Fox by 3 lengths. He took off early, and his margin came back to only a length and a half now. Our Aura from Century Fox. Voutint saving every inch of ground on the inside with Ben Dancer next and Gilligan. 4 lengths to Wild Trista. 3 or 4 lengths at least further back in the field then to Pomcell. Naruma Guy is spotting them. Too big a break, it would appear, and Rami's Son is a bad last 1,400 metres to go. And here's Centuries Fox is going up on the inside of Our Aura. Here's the double up on top of the hill. Our Aura's been jumping out at his fences. Oh, Voutint's dipped at that one. He's thrown Jamie Evans off. Voutint's has lost the rider at the first of the double up on top of the hill. So they jump the next. Our Aura leads, coming down the hill with 2 to run now. 2 jumps out now, and Our Aura gets away again on Century Fox. Ben Dancer is moving up with Gilligan going very quickly. Gilligan's made a fast dash around the outside side to have a crack at the leader. Then 3 lengths to Wild Trista and 10 lengths to Pomcell, and 8 lengths to the back of the field there is Naruma Guy. They're coming up towards the third last one now, and Gilligan swept up to go towards the lead. At the third last, Gilligan jumps it in front of Our Aura, Ben Dancer, then Centuries Fox and Wild Trista. Here's the second last one. Gilligan, the leader, comes to it, jumps it pretty well from Our Aura, who's still jumping out. Centuries Fox goes through on the inside. Wild Trist to the outside running on, and they're clear of Ben Dance here with a long break to Pomsel and Naruma Guy. One to jump, Gilligan leads. Century Fox coming through on the inside, and Wild Trist is still running on, but Gilligan with a nice lead. Here's the last. Gilligan over it beautifully from Wild Trista now second and chasing hard. He's coming after Gilligan. Gilligan by a length. Wild Trista running him down, but Gilligan's kicking again. And then Century's Fox. Gilligan's finding a bit. Wild Trista still digging. Gilligan being tackled now by Wild Trista. Scott gets everything out of the first timer, and Wild Trista beats Gilligan by a length. Century's Fox third. They're followed further back in the field by Our Aura. And then Ben Dance here with a long break. Naruma Guy, he never came into it. Pomsel was next, and Rami Sun trailed them all of the way.
Spectacular affair. The Redleap Steeple goes to 6 Wild Trista to pay $12.63.30 over 4 Gilligan 170 and number 3 Third Century's Fox $1.50, 6.43 after the first at Sandown. Moving in pretty quickly there at Kembla, then we'll be followed by Doomben. The first there, New Symphony 6.55, Blur Espion at 3.70. Flying Guy 2.45 and Seek Glory 13. Tribalistic at 4.60, Samaki at 16, and the favourite at 5.3 and 2. Number 5 Flying Guy favourite there in race 1 at Doomben. Okay, at Kembla they're almost set for the second as we take you back to Kevin Thompson.
Okay, Chris, they're almost ready here. Star Defender is the last of them to come up, and they'll be set. Just about ready now. Starter has the button, and they're set for the second event of the day. Off and racing. Palladium Star, the inside began just fairly, drifting right back to the tail of the field as Interstrike when they get going, and going to the front on the outside was Unfaithful, and he's headed up the lead by a length and a half now from Mount Olympia, settling down second, and third is Cleo Bell. They're 2 to Palladium Star, and on the outside of it then was Star Defender, and about a length away on the inside. Last of all, when they settled properly into stride, was Interstrike, but they're not going all that quickly at the 1200 metres, where the leader is Unfaithful. He's out about 2 lengths now on Mount Olympia on the inside from Cleo Bell, then Palladium Star, Star Defender, and a length off last of all was still as a run down the side into Strike at the 1000 metres, and they are going very slowly here. Unfaithful in front, but it's just a jog. He leads a length to Cleo Bell on the outside. Third over on the fence is Mount Olympia. Star Defender moving around the outside of Palladium Star, and 2 lengths away is Interstrike. 800 to go, and Unfaithful in front. Nothing there taking him on, and he's just bowling along at his leisure by a length and a half to Cleo Bell. 1.5 to Star Defender, going up to third on the outside of Mount Olympia. Palladium Star second last, and still Interstrike as last. Inside the 600, Unfaithful by 3/4 to Cleo Bell, just sneaking a little bit closer. 2 to Star Defender, 1.5 Palladium Star, Interstrike, and Mount Olympia the inside of those. Unfaithful led for home at the 400, with Cleo Bell moving up to him on the outside though, and he's gone straight past him. Cleo Bell dashed past Unfaithful. Interstrike from well back. Now Palladium Star getting through in the centre, is running it after this leader Cleo Bell. Cleo Bell taken on by Palladium Star, and Palladium Star's gone past Cleo Bell, then Interstrike, and on the inside Unfaithful. Star Defender further back, but Palladium Star drawing clear of Cleo Bell and Interstrike, and Palladium Star wins well. Palladium Star by a length and a half Cleo Bell, 2 lengths to Interstrike, then Unfaithful, Star Defender, and Mount Olympia was last of the 6.
Number 4, the winner there, the Palladium Star gets home, and the favourite at 2.10 150 over 6 Cleo Bell at 2.20 with 7 Interstrike to get third, no third div. So 4, 6, 7 it'll be, race 2 at Kembla, with the winner just proving far too good for them there on the heavy track. Palladium Star now at Doomben. They're behind the barrier, about to get set for this first event, and with the 4 scratchings there, a field of only 6 to go around, and the up
Street Gal, and they're all set. First of the 3 Group 1s here today. First race on the program, Swept Sydney Cup, Oaks Day, and also All Age Stakes. A great lineup of runners here. We're just waiting on Maresmo to move in. Maresmo ran a terrific race first up at Canterbury, dropping back in distance, a major concern here today. Big track will suit, however. C Street Gal stood in well. Evangeline well behaved. La Willow had good form around Cut Above last campaign. Of course, Cut Above ran a great race behind Martree in the Kembla Grange 2KY Classic. Now Maresmo's moved in because the light is flashing on top of the gate, and they're all set for the first. Looked a good line from here. Potions and Poems stood well. Kamala Beach racing this time, jumped in a perfect line. There she goes out wide. Evangeline away quickly. Yarrow Place showing speed. Going fast also is C Street Gal on the inside, and rushing up on the fence Latash. Here she goes, is going to cross, however, and go to the front from Evangeline. Going quickly is Potion and Poems in the centre on the fence. Latash from Yarrow Place. Evangeline losing ground. They were followed picking up ground on the fence then by Kamala Beach. River Cheyenne in that group, 2 lengths away in the field to La Willow. Maresmo's well back in the field in company with Precipice. They were followed by C Street Gal as they turn, and near the tail of the field is Chelsea May. In the home straight, Latash up against the paint, the front runner. On the outside, running home fairly well now with a pretty good run as there she goes. They were followed further back in the field. Getting out behind those would have been Kamala Beach. Latash has birded well clear. Maresmo's run to second from Kamala Beach, and here she goes, but it's all Latash. Latash is spearing to the post and is going to win easily. Wins pulling up by 3 lengths to Maresmo. Similar margin third, Kamala Beach. Here she goes, Evangeline. La Willow next from Precipice, Yarrow Place. They were followed by Potions and Poems. Well back in the field would have been Julie Magic with C Street Gal, and the last 2 along the line were Chelsea May and River Cheyenne. Number 3, Latash, the winner of the race. Glenn Boss for Gay Waterhouse, very comfortable win. She's a lovely filly too. Big, strong, strapping filly, built more like a 3.
Speed drifted back. Away well was Rapali, Pancho's Villa and New Millennium. They make a line of 3. Close handy Sari Princess, and pushing through on the inside the former Queenslander, Our Super Boy. Already they've got 2 lengths in advance of Green Line Boots, and Indian Blade is there with those. And wider out was Our Colossus. Further back in the field to Damon, and last of all is Striking Success. 600 metres from home, and New Millennium is the leader. Shows the way by about a half to Pancho's Villa on the outside. Back on the inside, Our Superboy waiting for a run. 3 deep around the leading pair was Rapali. And they were followed in behind them by Sari Princess. Back on the outside of those, easing up to them now is Our Colossus, and further back Indian Blades getting a run between them. Striking Success and Damon, but the leader is New Millennium at the 200. Our Superboy's under pressure. Our Colossus joins in with Indian Blade. They go after New Millennium very quickly. Indian Blade takes the lead from in second placing on the inside New Millennium, and on the outside Our Colossus. But it's Indian Blade about a length on the line to New Millennium. Third Our Colossus. Fourth either Sari Princess or running on Damon. Back in behind those then by Striking Success, or rather I should say Green Line Boots. They were followed further back by Striking Success. Rapali. Our Superboy's going to need to lift to do something here, and Pancho's Villa was a long last. Indian Blade.
The favourite, drawn 1, and attended in there with her and Eddie Wilkinson. She's just inclined to bounce around a little here. 1300, the all clears come through. They're off. Yellow Star won the jump on the inside. Instant and Dinner Star were away quickly too, and they go to the lead early. Phase Delight was out nicely from Chow Baby, and then Bung Lung, whilst Miss McCartney settles third to last. Now, as they settle fully, Instant runs to the lead at the 1,000 metres, out by 2 lengths to Dinner Star and 2 lengths to Bung Lung. 1 Yellow Star is inclined to over race a little, 4th on the inside, and then 3/4 to Chow Baby. Chick Lady over on the inside, the Bartered Bride from Phase Delight, Miss McCartney, and back last of all, coming off the back straight at the head of the others, Desert Mistral. Coming down the side, Instant by 2 lengths to Dinner Star, more than 2 to Bung Lung and 2 to Yellow Star. 1 to Chow Baby in 5th placing outside the Bartered Bride, and 1 Chick Lady. They're followed by Desert Mistral, Phase Delight, and Miss McCartney's last, but they have run along at the turn inside the 450, and Instant the leader, out by more than 2 lengths to Dinner Star and Bung Lung, 3 or 4 lengths to Yellow Star, 2 lengths to Chow Baby. Desert Mistral going up on the inside. Miss McCartney still second or third last. Instant the leader at the 200. Under the whip by 2.5 to Bung Lung. Dinner Star can't go on. Chow Baby coming down the outside. Instant well clear, 100 to go though from Bung Lung, Chow Baby, and Instant all the way. Instant scores impressively on the line to Chow Baby, just grabbing second, I'd say. Bung Lung and Desert Mistral are with her for the minor end of the prize. Then the Bartered Bride, who got home okay from Yellow Star, Dinner Star. Miss McCartney run off her legs, followed by Chick Lady, and dropping out a bad last, Phase Delight. Well, that jumped straight to the lead under Eddie Casser and just kept on going. Run a time of 1:17.2. The record is 1:15.7. It's 8 and a photo. Instant, ridden by Eddie Casser, trained by Ray Lawson. A last start Wagga winner in a Class 3 there. Won by over 4 lengths and kept going for a game win here. Second to number 1, Chow Baby, who raced wide all the way Well beaten, but did get to the line strongly. And third, number 4, Bung Lung, to make it 8, 1 and 4. Well, that's just towed them straight to the lead and was never going to be beaten. It went that fast, I thought at the 200, surely she must start folding up soon, but there was no sign of that. And she's cruised home. She's won as impressively as she did at Wagga at her most recent win. And this certainly would have been a rising grade for her. Her other victory recently came at Kilmore in a Fillies and Mares Class 1. She's cantered home. 12.90 and 3.30 for the winner. Chow Baby getting up to grab second there, $1.90. And Bung Lung in the pink colours, 3.80. Desert Mistral came from near last along the rails and has just missed a place ahead of the Bartered Bride. 8, 1 and 4, 117.2 on the second of the afternoon. Yellow Star, although they were going quickly, did want to over race early, and she really didn't find anything in the run home. The favourite running a disappointing race, the rise of some 3.5 kilos, no help to her. Okay, that's the second run and 1, 8, 1 and 4, with the third race due at 20 minutes past 1.
Just off the speed from Ginger Spark and Dancing Jester. Beauty Bell's getting back in the field with Fortunata. On the rail, Damala. They were followed by Brief Promise. 2 lengths to Happy Fairy, Street Star, and 2 lengths to Crimson Flight. It's Wind City on the paint, 1,000 metres out, leading the way, with Wichita reefing against the rider, moving up to be second. Alliston 3 out is third. She Wishes is fourth from Ginger Spark and Try Gold on the fence. A length away in the field to Dancing Jester. Natural is My Name, with the yellow and red cap improving from Damala, Beauty Bell, Fortunata. They were followed by Happy Fairy, Brief Promise, 2 lengths to Street Star, and last of all Crimson Flight. Under a good grip, 600 metres out, Wind City will come around the bend, leading a half on Wichita. She Wishes travels strongly in the run third. Try Gold the fence from Alliston. Ginger Spark running on. Then Natural is My Name, and the others headed further out by Brief Promise as they turn from Damala. In the straight on top of the rise, Wind City under a grip. Boy, she's going easily. She led just over a length on Wichita. She Wishes, Try Gold the fence. Natural is My Name running on, and right out under the arches, Brief Promise from Fortunata. Wind City in front. Natural is My Name. Fortunata starting to run on. Wind City's getting tired, but she's clear. Fortunata and Natural is My Name are finishing hard, but it'll be too late. Wind City in front and scrambles in. Wind City's 1.5 neck on the line to Fortunata. Natural is My Name third from Damala, Street Star, then Try Gold, Happy Fairy. Brief Promise was next of all, further out on the track. Then She Wishes, Dancing Jester, well back Ginger Spark, Alliston, and last of all Crimson Flight. Gee, she was travelling easily in the run, Wind City. Danny Beasley was just letting her idle as they turned
to Brown Stakes. Racing this time, and Siren Song's beaten for speed the inside, as was all Zaloot. Away very quickly was Irish Janty, and Emerald Lake going fast with it. Kentavros shows speed. Seller can't get in. Lake Alexandrina trying to work across them, pushing through Smites' Fury. Pharisee showing good speed. Kentavros just behind them. Spy Stole, Lingalonga Lucy. Lake Alexandrina followed further back by Seller, Siren Songs, and they were followed then by Fragile Luck. Then came all Zaloot. Sporty Ladies a long way off them, and 3 to Lavalk, who's last 600 out. And the leader is Irish Janty, cuddled in front by Wayne Kerford, led by a length and a half. Smites' Fury moves away from behind it, and this now puts Emerald Lake out 3 deep as they come after this leader around the turn. Spy Stole was back fourth, followed by Lingalonga Lucy. Lake Alexandrina is starting to put in her finish, and they were followed by Siren Songs, who raced a bit greenly there for a stride or two. And further out in the track, Seller is starting to unwind a big finish. 200 to go. Irish Janty's run its race. Going to the front, Smites' Fury, Lingalonga Lucy, and Seller right down the middle is coming quickly. Lingalonga Lucy hit the front. Seller tries to go with it. Lingalonga Lucy in front wins the Water Brown by a half length or so to Lake Alexandrina. Inches away third, Seller, followed by Spy Stole. Then came Smites' Fury, knocking up Irish Janty. All Zaloot made a bit of ground, so did Siren Song. Then Fragile Luck, followed by Sporty Lady. She hasn't fired a shot today. Further back behind those then came Emerald Lake, and then came Kentavros. Then Pharisee, and Lavalk was always at the tail of the field.
Off. Comedy Court out fairly. Skates began fast, and so did Faithful Love begin very quickly. Nordica racing with its head held high early. Soraya's crossed the field with great pace after 200 and is on the rail. Away quickly is Jolly's Folly also. He-Man settling back in the field there. It's stablemate as they settle Denise's Song. And up past the 600 metres, Comedy Court's gone quickly with Skates and Faithful Love. They're the 3 leaders coming up towards the turn ahead of Soraya. Rich Finale just behind them from Jolly's Folly wide. and then Petagina down on the inside, followed by Nautica. Back behind those horses, Denise's Song on the inside, followed by Defined, and Hard Ridden is Dancing Fairy. Comedy Court led, skates down towards the 200 metres. Soraya getting through to third. Faithful Love's had enough, and then Nautica. Skates and Comedy Court together with 100 to go from Soraya, and Faithful Love. Skates takes the lead. Faithful Love and Soraya are closing. Faithful Love and Soraya. Faithful Love, Soraya, they hit the line, little in it. Soraya maybe from Faithful Love, and Skates third, and they're followed by Rich Finale. Just behind those, Dancing Fairy ran on well, and then Frivolity and Normandy, followed by Nautica. Comedy Court Weekend, Brouhaha Defined, and then Petagina. Back behind these was Jolly's Folly, followed by Denise's Song, and towards the tail of the field is Marcino. Stand by for numbers in 56.6 seconds. It's between Soraya and on the
unsettling Royal Voyage in front, taken to the lead by York. El Modazar's coming across, Burning Palms the centre. Lazaga led it quickly into the box seat. He's fourth on the rail. Martian wide going up from Franklin Rivers. Figurehead on the rail. Simicum Lourdes wide around Bel Quattro. Able Master restrained by Hall. He went back to second last and 2 lengths away to Strange. Royal Voyage down the back 1,500 metres out, pulling against the rider. Led a half on El Modazar. 2 lengths away, Lazaga led her, and he's travelled beautifully on the fence from Burning Palms, and out wide on the track, Martian. Figurehead is in 6th position on the rail. Simicum Lourdes around Franklin Rivers, but 3 deep. Bel Quattro third last from Able Master, and 2 lengths away to Strange. Inside the 1,200 metres mark, and Royal Voyage rated well in front by York. He's come back under him somewhat. Led 3/4 on El Modazar, and Oliver has given Lazaga Letter a great run. He's third on the inside. Martian deep, Burning Palms the centre. A length away is Figurehead from Summercome, Lourdes, Franklin Rivers, Bel Quattro the rail from Able Master. The Kiwi standing them a good 6 or 7 lengths, and 2 lengths away to Strange. Over the crossing 800 metres out. Royal Voyage. York starting to up tempo. He leads the way and travels comfortably from El Modazar. El Lazagaletta on the fence. Moving up is Martian, Burning Palms. Simicum Lourdes and Strange with the blue cap. 5 wide going forward. Able Master was able to get onto their backs. He's improved quickly with the white cap. 2 lengths away, Figurehead, Franklin Rivers, Bel Quattro and Martian as they turn. Royal Voyage 450 out at the foot of the rise, headed by El Modazar, in turn grabbed by Strange. Able Master's into the clear at the right time. Lazagaletta's back to the fence. He's a bit one-paced at the moment, but he's still running on. And further out, Franklin Rivers, and he's coming with a great run. Franklin Rivers on the extreme outside. Able Master and Lazagaletta the fence. It's Franklin Rivers hitting the lead. Lazagaletta's trying to go after him. Lazagaletta headed by Franklin Rivers, who's coming home the better. Franklin Rivers in front, and he'll win the packer. Franklin Rivers has won it from Lazagaletta, and Able Master third. They were followed by Figurehead making great ground from El Modazar. Then came Strange, Burning Palms, Bel Quattro, Summercome Lourdes. Royal Voyage stopped very quickly, and a long and distressed last was Martian. Franklin Rivers for Shane.
To Will Crow and Dangerous Seam around it. Southern Way goes up deep, and even deeper Red Astaire looking to get in somewhere. There's no hole for him though. In behind them on the inside, Receptor, Grand Plan out wider, then Love to Hula and Millbrook between horses. Back to the tail of the field now. We've got 3 of them back there. Discreet Lover in the centre, Bo Satan on the inside, Kilspindy. They move on the side now, going by the 1,200 metre mark, and Southern Way is now the clear leader. A length and a half to Red Astaire, who's worked overtime to get around them. Goes to second at the expense of both Fiander and Dangerous Seam together. Another length and a half at the 1,000 metres, then to Will Crow from Grand Plan, followed by Receptor. Love to Hula is wide. Millbrook in the centre goes up ahead of it from Bo Saint and Kilspindy, and they've dropped Discreet Lover off 2 lengths away. 800 metres from home, and the leader down the side is still Southern Way. Shows out by a length the Red Astaire. Fiander third, getting the head up a bit. Over on the outside, Dangerous Reef, and then came Will Crow joining in. Next, Receptor looking for a run off the rail. On its outside, Millbrook, and wider Grand Plan as Receptor gets out into the clear now. Then further back, Love to Hula wide, followed by Bo Saint. Kilspindy takes a shortcut and 2 lengths to Discreet Lover. A line of about 4 as they turn, and at the 420 now, it's on the inside Southern Way. Red Astaire's the first to drop off. Dangerous Reef and Will Crow come at them. Fiander slips back to the inside. Receptor's out wide and deeper still to Millbrook, then Kilspindy. Running up behind them then came Grand Plan, but it's not doing enough. Southern Way is still the leader. Down the middle now comes Millbrook with a big finish. Millbrook races down the centre and beyond the centre of the track to race up and hit the front. Here's is Kilspindy coming through on the inside. Oh, very tight. Millbrook maybe from Kilspindy. Third, not sure there either. Southern Way and Wilcrow there with Receptor. Fianna back on the inside. Grand Plan followed then by Dangerous Reef. And further back behind those discreet Love of Beau Saint together at the tail with Love to Hula easing down quickly. Could finish this. Kilspindy got a gap between horses late when Millbrook looked to have a clear enough break to hold on and win comfortably. But right on the line, whilst Millbrook's being ridden hands and heels, Kilspindy has been urged home with the whip and made this a very interesting issue.
Well, with Major Hitters, Noble Benbara moving in out there next to Davenport Trist, so they're set to go. First leg of the quaddie and they're off. Major Hit began a little slowly towards the outside. Sheer Kingston was away okay. Bright Spot shows pace in the early stages. Also Stacey Jones holding his place near the inside. Here's pace from the outside, and it's Sunday News. Sunday News is going to the lead in the early part out to the 1800, led from Golden Condor, moving into second placing. Hobson's Bay caught a little wide in third, turning out of the straight around Bright Spot. Stacey Jones on the rail, a length and a half further back is Sheer Kingston on the outside of Salonon. Then Salisbury on the outside, travelling three wide from What a Great Guy, who's won off the fence. A length and a half to Major Hit, Davenport Trist, and Noble Benbara's last of all. Golden Condor's going to the lead, into the back now. A length and a half in front. Hobson's Bay moved into second placing at the 1400. Sunday News is a neck away in third. 1.5 to Bright Spot. Stacey Jones fifth the rail. Then a length and a half to Sheer Kingston, enjoying a lovely run. About a length away Salonon on the rail from Salisbury, and they're followed by What a Great Guy. A length and a half to Major Hit, Davenport Trist, and Noble Benbara's last of all. Golden Condor slowing the tempo a little, and down the back near the 1,000-metre mark he leads by a length and a half. Hobson's Bay. Sunday News is third, followed then by Bright Spot. Salisbury creeping around the outside. One to Stacey Jones and a neck to Sheer Kingston within about 6 lengths of the leader. A length and a half Salonon on the inside from Davenport Trist, and they're followed by What a Great Guy, Noble Benbara, and Major Hitters now back last of all by the 800. Golden Condor, the top weight, led. Hobson's Bay. Salisbury under pressure is third. Sunday News likewise on the rail is fourth. Bright Spot goes forward, and now Sheer Kingston starts his run out 3 or 4 wide. Stacey Jones is next when they came to the corner, and then Salonon. Golden Condor leads at the 450, kicked by 2 into the straight from Hobson's Bay and Salisbury. Sheer Kingston on the outside is running on well. It's Golden Condor in front, Sheer Kingston coming after it. Stacey Jones gets up on the inside, and Salonon's trying to follow it through. Sheer Kingston moved up now to Golden Condor and put his nose in front for the 150 to go. Then Stacey Jones, Sheer Kingston by a neck. Golden Condor tries to go with him, but Sheer Kingston's too good, and Sheer Kingston beats Golden Condor by 3/4 of a length. Either Stacey Jones or Salonon. A photo for third, clear of Bright Spot. Major Hit, who ran on fairly from last. They're trailed by Hobson's Bay, Noble Benbara, What a Great Guy, Salisbury towards the end with Davenport Trist and Sunday News last. Won like a good thing, ridden like a good thing. Number 3, Sheer Kingston, Jason Patton. Too good time.
Gates are back and they're racing. Get Going went back after the start. Al Mansour and Shin Can See flew out away quickly. Kiwi Hero and Adams going up to settle fourth. Intergaze fifth, inside him Huge Demand, then Thackeray. Darazari being passed by Paris Dream. A length away Bonanova on the inside from Rustic Dream. Get Going's well back with Rebel, and Mossman's gone out to the tail of the field. It's a good speed at the 1100 metres mark. Shin Can See leads the way. Kiwi Hero on the inside second. 2 away Al Mansour, 3 lengths to Adam, a length away Huge Demand. Intergaze beautifully positioned, a bit better than centre field, and he's going forward. Carmody 2 lengths to Thackeray around the mare. Bonanova from Rustic Dream, Get Going, Paris Dream. Well back Darazari. He's lost his position. He's passed by Mossman on the fence, and Rebels last of all, a good 15 lengths first to last. Shin Can See has set us frantic speed, and coming to the bend he led a half length on the Kiwi Hero. 2 lengths to Al Mansour chasing the 2 front runners. 2 lengths to Adam. Intergaze is off the fence now, 3 wide, and Carmody's putting himself into the picture. Back on the rail, Huge Demand. Bonanova is trailing Intergaze, then Thackeray. Rustic Dream in traffic with Mossman. Get Going. Paris Dream to the outside from Rebel, and last of all Darazari on the top of the rise now as they straighten. 300 to go. Kiwi Heroes hit the lead. Al Mansour's got him. Adam 4 out, and here's Edagaze on the outside, letting down with a good run. Bonanova's a length away, and she's running home gallantly at the 200. Edagaze hit the lead from Adam. Bonanova's starting to stretch the neck. She's coming after Edagaze with 50 to run. Edagaze in front. Bonanova can't pick him up. Mr. Consistency too good. Edagaze wins the all-late stakes from Bonanova. Adam third from Rustic Dream. They were followed by Al Mansour, Mossman, Huge Demand. Then came Kiwi Rebel, Darazari, Thackeray. Well back in the field, Rebel with Get Going, Paris Dream and Shin Can See after going at a whirlwind speed last of all. Has landed an absolute rally of big bets. Number 1, Intergaze, 5:20.
Strathalbyn being Wednesday, Narracourt Thursday. Racing now. And a good start too, with Sideshow Charlie getting back to the tail of the field just after settling, where Alcatel, the bolter, led. Gold Fame strides up to be second. Raja Jazz is pulling its way up to be third, now second. And now on terms with the leader. Wider out Rainbow Tie. There's not a lot of pace on. Gold Fame settles back off them fourth. Sideshow Charlie, when the pace slackened, went from last to fifth. Then Famous Pirate on the outside. Mazuma Mirage the inside of the 1200-metre turn. A length and a half away City Dollar McCalma, followed by Sudden Appeal, and Examine the Books on the outside is last. So they move down the side in the vicinity of the 1,000 metres, 8 lengths or so first to last, where Raja Jazz is now a clear leader. By a length, Rainbow Tie second. 2 lengths away to Alcatel, a length and a half to 2 off Sideshow Charlie outside of Gold Fame. Azuma Mirage slips up on the inside of the pair. Famous Part around Depeche Mode, followed then further back by Sudden Appeal with City Dollar. McCalma next, and last of all is Examine the Books. Coming down towards the entrance to the home running. They've got just 6:40 to go, and the leader is still Raja Jazz by about a length and a quarter. Second placing Rainbow Tie, Alcatel third, and Sideshow Charlie is right there on their outside. Further back in the field, joining in now on the inside, Mazuma Mirage, but ridden along. Gold Fame looks to be going by it and travelling better. Then Famous Pirate, Sideshow Charlie brush with it. Wider out Examine the Books. Depeche Mode now gets a run up in behind the leaders, racing down to the 250, and the leader Rainbow Tie. Depeche Mode eases around it and puts in its claim, and Gold Fame and Alcatel are still there with Raja Jazz the inside. It's anybody's go. Depeche Mode gradually getting to Alcatel on its outside, and Gold Fame. Depeche Mode, Alcatel, Depeche Mode. Oh, Alcatel very close again. Alcatel was definitely in front of Stride after the line. I'm not sure about on the line. Gold Fame will get third, then Rainbow Tie, McCalma running on, then Raja Jazz, and further back Famous Pirate, then City Dollar, followed by Sudden Appeal, Mazuma Mirage, Examine the Books, and the last one in was Sideshow Charlie. Depeche Mode was
through, and they're off and racing. Good sort of a start too. Swift Encounter, one of the first out. Olakai flew the gates. Macman was away well on the outside, followed by Stenner and Deerfield going up near the rail, and then came Our Savant and Mr. Machiavelli. Settling fully now, they're inside the 1400. Olakai out 3 wide is one of the leaders. Swift Encounter in the middle going through, and Deerfield holding onto the rail. They're leading from Sir Macman fourth on the outside of Stenner, and then came Our Savant a length and a half further back as Mr. Machiavelli. Lucky enough with Video Fan on the rail, and 2 lengths behind those is Scenic Heights and Chief Red Eye together. One further back in the field came Red Rascal, followed by Carner Square. Towards the end, Malachi Crunch third to last from Blue Turns to Grey, and more than 2 lengths go with the flow. Off the back, Swift Encounter now pushes up on the inside and leads ahead to Olakai. Sir Macwin's on the outside third and 3 wide. 2 lengths behind these is Deerfield, and then a length and a half to Stenner running fifth before the turn, being followed by Our Savant ridden along on the outside of Video Fan, and lucky enough 2 lengths to Scenic Heights, Chief Red Eye, Red Rascal, Mr. Machiavelli, Carner Square. Malachi Crunch pulling out wide from Blue Turns to Grey, and go with the flow in the straight below the 400. Olakai goes to the lead. Video Fans after it quickly. Sir Macwin's had enough. Deerfield running on fairly well. Stenner and lucky enough are coming through. It's Video Fan pouncing on the front with 200 to go. He's kicked away with his big weight. Deerfield running on fairly. Here comes Go with the Flow down the outside. Video Fan folding up. Go with the Flow's got him. Go with the Flow's raced up on the outside and won. Go with the Flow first. Fate of the Miners, either Video Fan or Blue Turns to Grey. Just behind those horses to finish with Deerfield, Carner Square, followed by Lucky Enough and Scenic Heights. A gap to Stenner couldn't go on, and they were trailed by Our Savant, Olakai, Malachi Crunch, then Chief Red Eye towards the end with Mr. Machiavelli. Red Rascal, one of the last, being trailed by Swift Encounter and Sir Macwin. Stand by for numbers. Go with the Flow has fulfilled a 6 months plan to take this race out. Number 12, Go with the Flow will get the race. In the frame it goes, ridden by Peter Mertens. Number 12, Go with the Flow first. Second to number 1, Video Fan, ridden by Danny Brereton. And third, number 10, Blue Turns to Grey.
Here comes Astrology moving up to the gate. Scarlet Runner, Pravda's moved in. Carmelina, two similar names in this race, with Camarina moving up. Market Price about to move in and take up her spot in the gate. No Alimony stood well. Here's Royal Reply moving up. Light Work, who ran a great race behind Savannah Success when they last clashed in the Ansett Group 1. Lady Elsie's coming up to the gate. Market Price from the powerful Hayes stable in South Australia moving forward. Greg Charles about to bring her up. He's been one of the dynamic form riders of the carnivals in recent years, particularly in Melbourne. Grand Archway beautifully behaved, the attendant holding her bridle. In fact, she's got a head in Astrology's gate, and they're just trying to push her head back. Lovely relaxed filly. Bred to be a sprinter, but staying seems to be her caper. Starry Way well behaved. She's been the most improved filly racing in the land. Pravda, full sister to Cronus, the winner of the Adelaide Cup, and they're all set for the Oaks. The lights are on. Grand Archway stood perfectly in about gate 5. Racing in the Australian Oaks, and they've jumped away to a good start. Savannah Success was out of the gates very quickly. Starry Way jumped smartly, so too did Carmelina. Going fast, Zazabel out wide and pushing through now. Carmelina's going to lead the way. She's in front of Savannah Success, who's 4 wide. Starry Way the fence. Grand Archway in the blue settles down 4th from No Alimony. Zazabel wide. Carmelina out wide on the track, bumped into Market Price there from Lady Elsie. Then came Light Work in the Cerise back centre field. Scarlet Runner 4th last from Royal Reply. Pravda 2nd last, and back on the inside last of all Astrology. They swing to the 1800 metres mark, and Carmelina, one of the boldies in front, leads from Zazabel. Savannah Success beautifully placed around the outside of Starry Way. Carmelina going forward. She's out wide on the track, and Boss is sending her up towards the lead. 2 lengths to Grand Archway. Lady Elsie, Light Work on the fence. Grand Archway's in the centre, well positioned. 2 lengths away in the field to No Alimony. Market Price, Black Cap going forward. Scarlet Runner the fence. Royal Reply 3rd last from Astrology, and Pravda the New Zealand last of all. A good 12 lengths first to last with 1300 metres to go in the Oaks, and a new leader. Carmelina went to the front, led 2 lengths. Zazabel and Lady Elsie sent forward. A length away, Carmelina on the inside of Savannah Success, and York has ridden the Inzetta with a beautiful ride in 5th position. A length and a half to Starry Way, pushed back Grand Archway to girth the outside, and she's travelling comfortably. Then Light Work, Market Price wide from No Alimony. Scarlet Runner. Pravda starting to go forward around the outside of Royal Reply, but he's still 3rd last, and on the inside last of all Astrology. 8.50 to go in the Oaks, and the front runner is Carmelina. Your Boss has slowed right up. He led 3/4 on Zazabel. Lady Elsie wide. Carmelina on the fence between runners. Savannah Success. Grand Archway desperately needing a run. Market Price has got her in a pocket. Then came on the inside Starry Way from Light Work. Pravda starting to move around the outside from No Alimony. 2 lengths to Scarlet Runner, Royal Reply, and Astrology last of all. They're on the bend. Carmelina in front with 450 metres to go from Zazabel moving up. Lady Elsie 3 out. Savannah Success behind those. Grand Archway is being extricated to the outside. She's starting to commence a strong run. Light Work on her back starting to follow her forward. Then Starry Way at the 250. Lady Elsie's after the leader. Carmelina, who's giving plenty. Carmelina in front, but Grand Archway's pegging her back. Light Work coming with a run. Grand Archway hit the lead. Light Work ran to 2nd. In front, Grand Archway. She'll take the VRC Oaks, the Australian Oaks. A great double to the filly. Grand Archway 3/4 to Light Work. Carmelina was 3rd. They were followed by Lady Elsie, Zazabel, then Starry Way, Savannah Success. Then came Royal Reply, Market Price, Carmelina. Further back in the field, Astrology, Scarlet Runner. No Alimony was last home in the Australian Oaks. Very, very classy effort by Grand Archway, and Shane Dye
second. Third is Flapjacks up on the outside. They all followed close, handy going up along the inside. Celestial Body. Flapjacks now back to fifth. Latin Villa goes to fourth as Honour Code gets a 4-length break on them going to the first turn near the 1200. And they were followed further back behind Flapjacks. Blue Witness, Brinkman's Rhythm, Innovations is back at the tail of the field, and Tintin Abbey on its outside. Honour Code restrained again down the side, leads only 2 lengths to Smart Alex, who's gone to second now. And as Honour Code eases the speed, he's only a length and a half to 2 in front of Smart Alex. Third, a length and a quarter away, Celestial Body, followed then by Glacier Bay on the outside of Latin Villa. Further back in the field behind those then came Flapjacks. Blue Witness the inside. A length further back to Brinkman's Rhythm, followed then by Innovations. At the 800, 1 length to Tintin Abbey. Honour Code by a length and a quarter as they head towards the vicinity of the home turn. Second on the inside, Celestial Body getting a nice run through on the rail. On its outside, Smart Alex, who's just under a little bit of pressure. Around it now, Glacier Bay winds up from Latin Villa, who's got a run up on the rail. Flapjack centre field on its inside. Blue Witness, Tintin Abbey and Brinkman's Rhythm come deep, and Innovations last. Only about 5 lengths first to last. And Honour Code clicks up again as they turn for home. He's a length and a half in front. Celestial Body hands and heels after him. Glacier Bay towards the centre of the course is 2 lengths away, and they appear to have it to themselves at the moment. Latin Villa back in fourth spot from Blue Witness. Honour Code now beaten, and Celestial Body forges to the front from Glacier Bay. Celestial Body's going to run the mile right out solidly today and takes the Leighton Hewitt handicap coming away and wins it in the Crows colours by about 4 lengths to Honour Code, who held on well. Glacier Bay had its chance third. Then Latin Villa followed by Blue Witness. Innovation slipped up along the rail. Then came Tintin Abbey. Flapjacks followed further back by Smart Alex, and Brinkman's Rhythm found this opposition just a little too strong.
Number 6, Celestial Body, the winner, 390.
Through, off. Oh, Sir Muller's red. He's missed it about a length. River Affair began well. Solid Wood flew out of the gates on the outside. Swayze shows some pace. Marimba's away quickly. St. Christoph is showing good speed down on the inside. They've gone 250 metres now. And St. Christoph near the inside, one of the leaders. Marimba and Gold Boom outside him. Solid Wood deeper out. Bay Shunk just behind them on the fence, running fifth. And then came River Affair, Swayze. Impulsive on the rail from Sir Muller, Call Me Spike. And then Centaza and Last Steppens. At the turn now, Bay Shunk gets up on the inside. St. Christoph, they corner in front of Gold Boom on the outside, and Marimba. Solid Wood, Pink Blinkers on the outside is next. Now let's see, Sir Muller held up second last at the 250. St. Christoph, Solid Wood, Bay Shunk on the inside. They're the leaders. Centaza coming home. Solid Wood and St. Christoph now with 100 to go. Solid Wood a neck in front. St. Christoph tries to go with him. Mertens gets plenty out of Solid Wood. Solid Wood draws clear, wins at 3/4. Solid Wood first, either Bay Shunk or St. Christoph for the minors. In front of Centaza, and then Sir Muller. Well, he had no luck at all. Next to finish was River Affair and Steppens from Gold Boom, Marimba, and then Call Me Spike, Impulsive and Swayze. Solid Wood takes it out. Number 7, ridden by Peter Mertens, gives Peter a double, running double, scored with Go With The Flow in the previous. 56.1 the time. 7 Solid Wood has finished far too well for them down the outside. Yeah, it's the first time he's won in the metropolitan area outside of Moonee Valley. His 3 previous city wins.
Sydney Cup. The lights are on. Gates open. Near perfect start in the Cup, and away quickly was Lahar. Our Unicorn, and here's Ronnie, is being ridden very hard by King on the inside. He's going to go through after the first couple of 100 metres and lead. Lahar is second, Our Unicorn third, Steel Phoenix on the fence, and the New Zealand mare Emerald jump well. She's going up in the centre. Hall's caught a bit wide on Our Unicorn. He's out 3 deep. You'll have to let him stride shortly. 2 lengths away for the moment. Arena is outside of Tie the Knot from Beechwood Road. Bluebird the Word getting back from Praise Indeed. 2 lengths to Done Deal, and Ed the 9-year-old at the tail of the field. Around the bend on the first occasion, and here's Ronnie has raced away. He led by 3 or 4 lengths on the greys. Still Phoenix the inside. A length away, Lahar the outside. 2 lengths to Our Unicorn. 4